We say our humans because our element of water fills so much of your earth vessel. We know that our work is very important, as water is the greatest resource on Gaia's body. However, many humans do not realize that, for if they did, they would surely make sure that it remained clear and fresh. Once, our great oceans and waterways were clear and pristine. There was enough life within our waters to feed humanity and other animals and still have more than enough water creatures left to procreate. Now many of our waters are polluted and void of life. We needn't lecture you about our plight, as we know you are aware. It is just that we have a great sadness that tends to hinder our work of transmutation. Humans use water to clean their bodies, their houses, their cars, their clothing, and for many other parts of their life. Why don't they keep their water clean? It seems as though we work as hard as we can, only to have another human cause another disaster, which spoils our waters again. Therefore, we wish to ask our humans to join us in clearing our waterways and protecting our marine life. We are aware of those dear hearts that have chosen to assist us, and we know also that it is the few that are harming this great resource for the many. Water elementals also flow through your physical bodies. Furthermore, you regularly drink our sacred fluid. If you could send love to the water that you drink, you would greatly increase your health. Water is a template for life, which is receptive to thought and emotion. Therefore, if you drink water when you are angry, afraid or sad, you taint the water that you drink. On the other hand, when you take a moment to send love into the water before you drink it, you are actually sending your body love via the water. Furthermore, if you send both multidimensional light and unconditional love into the water that you drink, you will greatly accelerate your ascension process. Also, since there is even more water on the body of Gaia than in your own form, you would greatly assist planetary ascension if you blessed all forms of water with light and love. That blessing alone would do much to clear our waterways and raise the frequency of our water molecules. Elementals do not perceive your world or your behavior in the same manner that you do. We Undines perceive water as the force of all life. We see how our rain keeps the plant kingdom healthy and fertile. We see how our water clears the smog from the sky and the dirt from the ground, cars, and houses. Our waters have been great liquid highways that you have traveled for millennia. We see that water is serving humanity in many ways, but we don't see how humanity is creating a balance and serving water. On the other hand, we understand that many humans are expanding their consciousness to perceive life forces that were once perceived as things. They are beginning to remember that Earth is a sentient, living being. As the consciousness of each human expands, humanity increasingly understands reality. Just as our perception of reality changes when we resonate to the slow frequency of ice or the fast frequency of a running stream, your perceptions change when you are no longer frozen in the time-bound structure of third-dimensional Earth. As your mind expands, new ideas begin to flow into your consciousness. These new ideas can flow faster and faster until they reach critical mass. Then, these ideas burst into manifestation. In the same manner, humans are expanding their consciousness from being frozen in forgetfulness, to following the flow of change, and to transmuting their form into a frequency that is no longer bound by shape or form. Your consciousness, which is often symbolized as water in your dreams, is expanding beyond its physical encasement and is ready to burst forth to freely intermingle with all life. As you flow beyond your former limitations, you free yourselves from the many illusions that have haunted you for myriad incarnations. Free again, your consciousness can remember your essence, which is as formless as our stream. You will also remember that you have taken a vow to protect life in all its forms. As you return to your higher expression of yourself, your immense creative power will return, and you will actively participate in creating new Earth. Dear humans, your form is created by the same elements and elementals as Earth. In fact, our elementals flow through you, just as we flow through Gaia. Hence, you are the Deva that pulls all our myriad elements into one body. With this awareness of your innate powers, your higher purpose is realized, and you remember that you are here to be the stewards of Gaia's inhabitants. You are creation in action. Gaia is creation in action. The Elohim, Devas, and elementals are creation in action. When you honor, love, and respect your creations, you will complete this cycle of creation and be ready to begin your next cycle. You will see the life in all that is, and become aware of the imprint that you make upon that life. While in your higher consciousness, you will see higher frequency reality that flow into and through all life to unify you with the one life and our one planet. Elementals. Embedded in your earth vessel are all the components of me, the planet, as well as all the components of our oversoul members who chose to be first, second, and fourth dimensional beings. Your first and second dimensional selves live in unity with the planet, as these elements of your body, and mine, are not evolved enough to understand the separation of the third dimension. It is from their unity that they commune in oneness with the fourth dimensional creatures, my elementals of earth, air, fire, and water. Just as some of our oversoul chose to be first and second dimensionals, some chose to be fourth dimensionals. Unlike the first and second dimensionals, the fourth dimensionals have some sense of individuality, but they also have a strong unity consciousness, which keeps them in constant communication with each other, as well as with all the lower dimensional beings. The fourth dimensionals that most directly interface with your everyday life are the elementals. The first and second dimensional elements of earth, air, fire, and water are given life by the spirit/prana of the fourth dimensional elementals. The elementals share their life-giving spirit essence with these elements, just as your soul shares its spirit essence with your third dimensional earth vessel. You, the human expression of our oversoul, have elementals within your physical body, just as my planetary body does. You are the microcosm of me, Gaia. In your carbon-based matter, earth element, you have the earth elementals, the gnomes. In your bodily fluid, water element, you have the water elementals, the undines. In the space and oxygen within your body, your air element, you have the air elementals, the sylphs. Finally, in your neural activity and kundalini force, fire element, you have the fire elementals, the salamanders. Since elementals are fourth-dimensional beings, they do not abide by the rules of third-dimensional separation. Every experience that any elemental has is instantly shared with all the elementals. In fact, all four groups of elementals, inside and outside your earth vessel, work in concert with each other. Within the inner reality of your personal earth vessel, your thoughts and emotions stimulate all the elementals, who in turn, stimulate all the elementals in your outer reality. In this manner, the elementals within your physical body and aura live in constant unity with the elementals in my planetary body and atmosphere. Water elementals, undines. Water has been associated with emotions just as air has been associated with thoughts. Your water elementals, the undines, rule your bodily fluid, blood, and the circulation of your blood, which is the domain of your heart. If your heart does not function, you die. Hence, if your heart is not functioning well, you experience the emotion of fear of death. Conversely, the emotion of love is also associated with your heart. This is likely because your heart is also the home of your soul/self from whence unconditional love can be felt. Since all emotions are some octave of the 3D polarization of good/loving emotions and bad/fearful emotions, your heart, and hence the undines, water elements, serve as the distributors of your emotions. Your emotions are the basis of your consciousness, for they represent your ability to feel, be aware of, yourself. When you were first born, yourself was your soul/self. Then, as a process of growing up, you became more and more aware of your physical body and your ego who ruled it. Eventually, yourself became your ego/self. Fortunately, as you expanded your consciousness, you could feel, be aware of, your inner guides, Holy Spirit, angels, and other members of your inner world. Eventually, as you continued on your path, you began to be conscious of your own higher self, whom you have downloaded and are now integrating into your physical earth vessel. Your cerebral spinal fluid is also a water element, and hence, under the domain of your water elementals, the undines. Cerebral spinal fluid flows between your brain and your skull, through the ventricles of your brain, and up and down your spine between the nerves and the spinal cord to cushion your nerves and facilitate your primary neural synapses. Fire elementals, salamanders. It is through your elementals that you, my people, impact the planet, the weather, and all the people, plants and animals that you contact. For example, your thoughts are the end result of the neural activity that your inner fire elementals, the salamanders, initiated and completed. Since your inner fire elementals work in concert with all the fire elementals of my planet, your individual thoughts become planetary thoughts via the unity in which all the elementals live. Therefore, your thoughts influenced all the fire elements of my planet and all my creatures. Hence, when your thoughts are clear and kind, your inner elementals attract other elementals who are also clear and kind. When you choose positive thinking, you influence your fire elementals in a positive manner, which, in turn, positively influence the fire elementals of others and of my planet. The photons of the sun, which unify with my fire elementals, can more easily integrate into my planet by your passage, and the thoughts of others will be calmed as your inner elementals share a serene blessing with their inner elementals. On the other hand, if your inner thoughts are sad, angry or fearful, you dispense your own angst and discomfort throughout your environment. You then magnetize others who are suffering, or create a bad feeling in others. Plants won't grow for you, animals will run away or attack, and you will contribute to my weather in a destructive manner. My weather is a response to my occupants, as I am the sum/total of all my creatures. Earth elementals, gnomes. Your thoughts are actually a cooperative event between your earth elementals that work with the matter of the neurotransmitters, enzymes, and other chemicals to create the change in polarity that initiates the electrical signal, and the fire elementals that fire the neuron. Hence, your thoughts also have a great influence on the earth elementals of your internal and external world. When your thoughts are chaotic, obsessive and/or confused, your earth elementals find it difficult to stabilize themselves. This personal instability then influences the planetary earth elementals to perpetuate geological instability. As you walk my planetary body, Earth, your every step influences the earth elementals of my planetary body. The planetary earth elementals hold the message that your step has sent and relay it on to the next person or animal that walks in your footsteps. Have you ever wondered why it is so glorious to walk in the wilderness, on a deserted beach, or in virgin snow? It is because it is psychically quiet, and your elementals are not resonating to others. Hence, it is easier for them to resonate to yourself. This experience is also the origin of the saying, "Walk in the footsteps of the masters." The masters are beings, human and non-human, who have gained a mastery over their thoughts and feelings, and, hence, a mastery of their inner elements and elementals. These masters consciously work with their personal and planetary elementals, as well as the inner elements of others to convey the deep, inner peace of living in constant communication with your multidimensional self. Air elementals, sylphs. The air elementals assist the flow of life-giving oxygen, which gives you consciousness. The first thing that happens when you suffer from oxygen deprivation is that your thinking becomes increasingly confused until you become unconscious. Hence, an adequate flow of oxygen throughout your system is vital for clear thinking. This is why the element of air is also associated with your thoughts. The air elementals, the sylphs, assist you in breathing. The sylphs, air elementals, also blend your thoughts with the thoughts of others through the unity consciousness that all elementals share. With every inhalation, you are receiving the thoughts of others, and with every exhalation, you are distributing your thoughts throughout your world via your air elementals. Your thoughts then feed into the collective consciousness and the planetary consciousness to influence your daily experiences, as well as the experiences of others. Allow me to take a moment to differentiate collective and planetary consciousness for you. Collective consciousness is the combined consciousness of all my humans, whereas planetary consciousness is the combined consciousness of all my inhabitants in all my dimensions. Hence, planetary consciousness is more expansive than humanity's collective consciousness. The sylphs live in your aura, and constantly contribute to my aura, the atmosphere, and the quality of my planet's air and sky. When you have cloudy thoughts, you relay that message to the atmosphere. On the other hand, when you have clear thinking, you contribute to a clear day. You are all aware of how my weather is changing. This is because we, our planet, are now largely fourth-dimensional. Therefore, reality is more mutable and more easily influenced by the thoughts and feelings of my inhabitants. Please do not be frightened by this statement, for it also offers great hope. As each of you, my keepers of the land, gain mastery of your own inner elements, your inner elementals will assist you in holding that resonance of mastery. The elementals also serve to contribute that resonance of mastery to the inner elementals of others and to the elementals of my planet. In this manner, the elementals serve to raise the vibration of their person, while they also raise the vibration of my planet and all my inhabitants. The mastery you gain over the physical elements of your earth vessel allows you to move into an active partnership with your inner elementals, as well as the elementals of my planet. You have the innate power to call upon your inner elementals to assist you with your personal health and transformation, as well as the health and transformation of my planet. Do you realize now what a truly powerful being you are?